Hello and welcome to Brocky Mountain Movies. I'm your host, Rocky Mountain Brock, and today we talk about Mortal Kombat 2021. A group of Earthrealm's champions, all distinguished by a dragon tattoo located somewhere on the body, must defend Earthrealm from the invaders of Outworld in the tournament of Mortal Kombat. Can they unlock their inner strength in time to protect Earthrealm? Now, this movie has three major problems. One is the double-edged sword of fan service. On one hand, fans are expecting several things, but you have to make sure that they work in-universe. Which, in a sense, it only works half the time. If you see someone as an Easter egg, you realize that all you're getting is the egg. I guess they're saving a bunch of others for the sequel, because this movie does sequel bait you. But, and something legitimately works, it can up the cool factor of the movie itself. But then you get the second problem. And that is, the tournament doesn't exactly happen. About a third of the way through the movie, you're established the idea that there's a time frame, and that when the time comes, they're gonna have to fight. And when that happens, they're gonna have to go into a combat no matter what. The problem is, the movie never follows through on this deadline, and it never has the tournament. It has several one-on-one fights that are pretty cool, but there's no actual tournament. And three, most importantly, Kano. This movie, much like its predecessor, has a bit of a problem of killing charisma, or designating only one character to be the charismatic one, and then finding some way to kill them off. Mortal Kombat Annihilation is infamous for this. For the first two-thirds of the movie, Kano is the only character that's allowed to have any type of charisma. And you get it, he's the criminal, he's the bad guy, he is by nature the backstabber. But two-thirds of the way in, he betrays the main heroes for little to nothing. Goes right to the bad guy's side with little to no prompting. But here's the problem. For the first two-thirds, not only is he the only one with charisma, but he's the only one with any type of arc. For the main character, you kind of designate that he has some sort of weakness, but it's pretty vague as to what that is. Sonya is just the stoic character, and Kano's the only one that's allowed to be funny, have a personality, and have any type of charisma. In fact, they even point out he's the first to get his powers, and he's training with the heroes in order to get the power. Even though it's in character for him to be a backstabber, until this point, he's the only one the audience really roots for. Everyone else is either bland or introduced too late to be given any real presence. They're just sort of there. However, the one thing this movie has going for it is the extreme gore. The fights during the last 15-20 minutes are something to behold due to the famous gore that Mortal Kombat creates, and some great nods to the franchise. And those would be the best part, and are the ones that actually follow through. It's outside of Kano, which, of course, final score for Mortal Kombat. If you're not a fan of the franchise, you're not going to be a fan of this movie. I'd give it a 4.3. But if you are a fan of the franchise, I'd give it a 6.2 and a tentative thumbs up. I'm Rocky Mountain Brock, and God bless.